Hey there, everybody. Welcome to the second episode of WeeklyADI. And hey there, everybody. Welcome to the first. Hey there, everybody. Welcome to the second episode of WeeklyADI. If you watched the first one and you're back for the second one, I really appreciate it. Okay, and in this vlog, I have a story for you. A story about me and my comics. Me and comics. Comics/manga. Anyway, I'll get to the story. So, I am an anime fan. Anime/manga fan. I watch anime and I read manga whenever I'm bored. If I was not doing art at all, that's what I would be doing the entire day. And that's exactly what happened from 6th grade up until now. So I got introduced to anime in 6th grade-ish. And I played this Naruto game and I loved it, so I watched the Naruto anime and rest is history. How I got to know and get interested in making comics is the subject of this story. So I was watching anime all day. All I did was that. I would stay up entire nights trying to finish anime that I was watching because it was amazing. I loved and cherished every single anime/manga that I read because I only read the best. And I would most of the times I would spend the nights watching anime. And I came across this anime that was done by the same creators as Death Note. And this was called Bakuman. Everybody who is an anime fan has watched Death Note. It's awesome. If you watch anime and you haven't watched Death Note, I don't know what you're doing. So the same creators made it, so I trusted the anime and watched it. The anime's name was Bakuman. It's about two high schoolers who suddenly decide they want to make comics. Right? The story, I was okay with the story, it was fine. But what really hit me was two things. I didn't know that manga was made before the anime. I thought manga was just a byproduct. Like they were trying to market the anime, so I thought they made manga. I didn't know that manga was made before the anime. And second thing, I didn't know it was drawn traditionally most of the times. Traditionally meaning pen on paper, pencil on paper, not on a tablet, not digitally, right? And that was so shocking to me because it opened up a huge possibility for me. The possibility that I could create a story, right? I could create a story just by making it on paper, right? What I thought was you had to have an amazing story and then you go to an animation studio and give it to them and then they animate it and then you get the final finished anime. But it seems that manga is made first, and I was mind blown by that, and I started researching about it everywhere on the internet, how manga is made and what it takes to publish it. I was researching meaning just watching videos and browsing the internet about manga and how you can make it and how you can publish it all day long, but I never really got down to making comics. Eventually though, while I was still in high school, I sat down to make comics after taking all the advice I could online. That's where the problem started. I was making comics. I would just not be prepared with the story, but just sit down and try to make the perfect comic I could. Well, I wouldn't say the word perfect in my mind, but I would be like, this is it. This is going to be my comic, you know, that is on par with all the series that I watched, like Naruto and Sword Art Online. Yeah, like I wanted to compete with anime like that with my own story. So what happened was I would make 2 pages of a story that I would randomly start. It could be sci-fi or action. I would just start something and then I would do it for 2 pages and then realize it's not perfect. It's not the manga that I wanted to make, and I would stop. And then I would start again, but this time it would be a completely different genre. It would be sports. And then I would stop there again. And I kept doing that till a pile of 2-page stories, not complete in 2 pages. They would pile up, and that's what I'm left with now. So yeah, this happened in 9th and 10th grade, and 11th and 12th I didn't do anything. So here we are after 5 years, and I finally want to make a comic of mine, and I'm working on it. So that's my story. We'll slide into the weekly updates just like that, because big part of the weekly updates is that I've been working on my comics for most of the time, and I've been working on the story part mostly now. I've also set a deadline for myself on December 9th, where I'm going to come out with the first chapter of it, and it's going to be free to read, and it's going to be published online. So December 9th is the deadline I'm setting for myself, but I still haven't started drawing it on paper because I'm working on the story, being a little bit of a perfectionist, but I still feel that without a complete story, it's pointless to make a comic, because comic is the combination of art and story, right? Yeah, so can't show you much of what I did in the comics. I'm working on characters and their personalities still. I'll release a character design thing really soon. Apart from that, I've been working on this portrait of Martin Garrix. It's a colored portrait, as you can see. Normally my portraits would be this big, like they would be in that much height. So I do this in smaller scale so I could work more on the background. I've talked about this already. I'm trying to bring more of my creativity into the background, right? Before this Martin Garrix portrait, I also did a fan art, because I hadn't done a fan art in a long time. It was a fan art of Gone from Hunter x Hunter, because I'm rewatching the series. It's an amazing series. Watch Hunter x Hunter. There's a reboot version of it. I'm watching the reboot version of it, which is the reanimated version of it. Yeah, the 2011 version. It's amazing. So what I did with that one was that I painted the background. I'm super terrified of painting, because in this case, because it could have spoiled the entire drawing, but I went with it and it turned out to be fine. And I'm exploring different mediums, so paint was one to start with. And in this one, I thought of adding paint, but I'm still super terrified. So I'm going to use pastels for the background instead. The reason why I'm doing paint and pastels, because there's a lot of area to cover, and it'll take me forever to do it with just pencils, color pencils. That's why I'm going for paint and pastels and such. So what do we cover? Fan arts, portraits, and comic. I talked about the 64 pieces of content thing in the previous vlog, and I've been posting a lot on Instagram. Trying to post 4 times on Instagram, and I've been able to do it pretty easily thanks to that content day that Gary released. So yeah, see you on the next episode of Weekly Adi. Hope you're enjoying these vlogs. I think I enjoy doing them. first time I was a little bit nervous, but now it's like, it's fun and I'm more comfortable with talking to the camera. Okay, see you in the next vlog.